goes down and all through the night time. Oh yeah, I'll tell you what you wanna hear. Keep my sunglasses on while I shed a tear. It's never the right time. Yeah. I put my arm around, show you how strong I am. I put my arm around, I'll show you that I am. I'm unstoppable. I'm a Porsche with no brakes. I'm invincible. Yeah, I win every single game. I'm so powerful. I don't need batteries today. I'm so confident. Yeah, I'm unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Yeah, I'm unstoppable today. Break down, only alone I will cry out now. You'll never see what's hiding now, hiding out deep down. Yeah, I know, I've heard that to let your feelings show is the only way to make friendships grow, but I'm too afraid now. Yeah, I put my arm around, show you how strong I am. I put my arm around, I'll show you that I am. I'm unstoppable. I'm a Porsche with no brakes. I'm invincible. Yeah, I win every single game. I'm so powerful. I don't need batteries to play. I'm so confident. Yeah, I'm unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Yeah, I'm unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Yeah, I'm unstoppable today. I put my arm around, show you how strong I am. I put my arm around, I'll show you that I am. I'm unstoppable. I'm a Porsche with no brakes. I'm invincible. Yeah, I win every single game. I'm so powerful. I don't need batteries to play. I'm so confident. Yeah, I'm unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Yeah, I'm unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Yeah, I'm unstoppable today.
Guest speaker, Ms. Kayla Rankin. Master of Ceremony, Ms. Kadian Harty. Board Chairman, Dr. Linton Francis. Other members of the board, Principal, Ms. Andrea Levy. PTA President, Ms. Diane Hillam. Teachers, parents, guests, and the graduating class of ULC 2023, it is with great pleasure that I stand before you to welcome you to this joyful occasion. My peers and I are filled with pride and gratitude at the sight of all of the special people who are here today to share this significant milestone with us. Undoubtedly, each of you has contributed in one way or the other to our success, and we look forward to your continued guidance and support as we embark on this new journey. To my peers, congratulations on our individual and collective success over the last 6 years, and more so, congratulations on having navigated the pandemic with such grace and resilience. It would be remiss of me not to send a special congratulatory note to our parents/guardians for having raised healthy, happy, and well-adjusted children. We could not have achieved this victory without your guidance and support. Thank you. Our teachers here at ULC, along with the graduating class of 2023, have prepared a wonderful evening which we hope you will enjoy. Welcome, and thank you for being here today.
Good afternoon, everyone. The Bible reading will be taken from Proverbs 19, verses 20 to 21. Hear counsel and receive instruction, that thou mayst be wise in thy latter end. There are many devices in a man's heart, nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord that shall stand. This is the word of the Lord.
Let us pray. Good and gracious God, this is the day, Lord. Let us be glad in it. Today is the culmination of years of work, years filled with challenges and triumph, losses and laughter, friendship and growth. We thank you, Lord, for getting us safely to this day. We thank you for the gift of family, friends, and teachers who have supported these children of yours and celebrate with us now. Dear God, bless these graduates, everyone, and fill us with the spirit of your love. We pray as we go forth to set the world on fire. May we remember you are in all things and in all people. May we continue to challenge ourselves intellectually and share the fruits of our knowledge. Inspire us to believe in the goodness of life, even when faced with challenges and difficulties. Bless our graduation, Lord. These and other things we ask of you, Lord. Amen.
Guest speaker, Kayla Rankin. Chairman of the school board, Dr. Linton Francis. Other members of the school board, acting principal, Miss Andrea Levy. Teachers, parents, graduates, good afternoon. Our master of ceremony for this afternoon's graduation is a past student of Westwood High School. Kadian is a past student of the Westwood and Iona High Schools, respectively, where she eventually graduated as valedictorian. Her tertiary level education began at the Brownstown Community College in St. Anne, where she studied the arts and social science. While at community college, Kadian held the position of student tutor and served as a writer for the Jamaica Observer Teenage column. Kadian moved on to the University of the West Indies, more specifically, the Caribbean Institute of Media and Communication in 2008, and read for a Bachelor of Arts degree in Media and Communication, majoring in Public Relations. She completed her degree in 2011 with honors. She now serves as the Public Community Relations Officer at the St. Anne Municipal Corporation, a position she has held for approximately 10 years. She was also selected as National Administrative Professional for the year 2016, where she served the Jamaica Administrative where she served the Jamaica Association of Administrative Professionals as an ambassador for a year. Miss Harty served as a part-time teacher. Miss Harty describes teaching as the hidden passion she discovered when she served as a part-time teacher in the evening division of the Brownstown Community College, teaching CXC English A. She has also served as vice chairman of the Board of Governance for the Parrytown Primary School. She sits on the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission Committee for the parish and is a member of the Jamaica Cancer Society. A trained public speaker, Miss Harty has addressed students at her alma maters on various issues. She is mother to Joshua Campbell, a K3 student here at ULC. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let us welcome our Master of Ceremony for this afternoon's graduation, Miss Kadian Harty.
Thank you so much, Kiana, for that lovely introduction. Some are born great. Some achieve greatness. And some have greatness thrust upon them. However it is, and whatever the case is today, I am honored to be sharing in your greatness. Ladies and gentlemen, on the platform, well-wishers, friends of the United Learning Center, graduates 2023 of the United Learning Center, boys and girls, all good afternoon. No. Let me tell you something. When I was getting ready to come here this afternoon, my son asked me, where I'm going. It's a Sunday. And he's not used to seeing me going out on a Sunday because that's our time. And I told him I was actually going to his school's graduation. And he said, but Mommy, I did that already. I said, well, son, it's the graduation for the older students. And he said, well, why can't they get their mommy to do it? And so I'm not going to leave my son and come here and say good afternoon. We all left our Sunday dinner, So I'm not going to come here and say good afternoon and nobody gonna answer me or going like, you don't want to answer me. So I'm going to try that again, right, ULC fam? Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen on this side. Ladies and gentlemen on this side. Graduates of ULC 2023, good afternoon. Oh Lord, we're getting better at this. We are getting better at this. I want to tell you that, graduation is such a wonderful exercise. It's the culmination of one journey and the beginning of another, right? It's such a unique thing. You are stepping out of your comfort zone and you are stepping into the unknown with so much potential ahead of you, right? So much to tap in. Good? And we're going to have a lovely afternoon today. So, first housekeeping matter. When I say ULC fam, you say ULC strong, right? So we're going to try this. ULC fam. ULC strong. ULC fam. ULC strong. One more time. ULC fam. ULC strong. And ULC is only the best prep school in the country today, right? You're honored to be sitting here, right? Good? And I'm going to pause and I'm just going to ask the chairman of the Board of Governance at the ULC Preparatory School, a gentleman that really needs no introduction in any setting, but duty calls. So I'm going to ask you to put your hands together and welcome Board Chairman of the United Learning Center, Dr. Linton Francis, JP.
Master of Ceremonies, Ms. Gideon Harty. Our principal, Ms. Andrea Levy. Other members of the board of the United Learning Center, members of staff, both academic and ancillary, parents, most importantly, graduates. Good afternoon. I was becoming so motivated by the opening words of our Master of Ceremonies that I could comfortably sit and listen to her continue to speak. Isn't that so? So give me a good afternoon like the one that she asked you to give. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Yes. Sound like we're in the same vein, same spirit. All right. So this is our second face-to-face graduating ceremony after COVID. And you know, COVID is not a good thing. But we find ourselves speaking about before COVID and after COVID as if we are talking about before Christ and after Christ. We're talking about the impact that COVID has had on life in the world in general, and certainly in Jamaica, and on ULC in particular. And I'm here this evening standing proudly. Yes, I'm proud. Because there are lots of institutions that have not survived COVID. We have not only survived, we are doing well. If we look at the results that were returned by our graduates, we will find that the tradition of excellence at the United Learning Center has been continued. And for that, I want us to give our graduates a big round of applause. And for those parents who have stuck with us, and especially parents of the graduating class, have continued to put their confidence in us and to help us to be able to conduct the business of the school, I just want to say a big thank you to you parents. The only thing left to do is to encourage you to go and have more children and expand the family of ULC so that we can have more revenue coming in. Now, when difficulty face you, pitney shot fit you. That's what the saying say. And we have been going through some serious difficulties with our ability to sustain the United Learning Center. And there are a group of people that have stuck with us through thick and through thin. And I really just want us to put our hands together for our teachers. And I want to use a reference point. There was a time at the United Learning Center when we were at the peak of our enrollment. And especially those teachers who have been with us for a while know that the Board of Management of the United Learning Center have always made an effort to keep our teachers remunerated so that they could not be stolen from us by neither government or other prep schools. Now, because of the challenges we have been having with COVID, we can't boast the same thing right now. But there are teachers that have stuck with us at a percentage of what they are due And I think we need to recognize that. And I just want to say to our teachers, in fact, I want to quote from Jeremiah. Yes, I do preach sometimes. And Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11 says, "For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord." Now, I am declaring because I am prophesying, I'm predicting. And I expect that we will have plans, as the passage continues, that will prosper you and that will not harm you. Plans that will give you hope in a future. So while I say thanks to you, teachers, thanks to you, principal, for your dedication, your sacrifice, I want to let you know that we don't expect to come here year after year and say, thank you, teachers, for your sacrifice, and have nothing in the form of an increase in your remuneration to show for it. So work with us, and thanks for your patience, but we do have plans to prosper you and not to harm you. So again, I say thanks. Now, our graduates, I have a word for you. There is a gentleman by the name of Justin Whittingham, and he would not come to memory like if I had said a Usain Bolt or a Shelley and Fraser Price. But Justin Whittingham was a coach for a football team, what they call American football. And he was a very good coach. And he was given the job to coach a big team at the time. The team was called the Notre Dame football team. And he went there with a lot of letters, a lot of history behind his name in terms of his performance. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen, students? On the very first year of coaching this name brand team, Justin Whittingham's team did not qualify. So they fired him. And of course, a big coach being fired, the press swooped down on him and said, "Mr. Whittingham, how do you respond? How do you feel? You have been sacked after the first year." And this was his response. He said, "When you fail to meet your own expectation, you become vulnerable to the will of others." I want us to listen to it carefully. When you fail to meet your own expectations, you become vulnerable to the will of others. Now, you graduates are sitting there, well achieved, because of the sacrifice of your parents and the hard work of our teachers at United Learning Center. You're moving on to other institutions. Most of you have gotten your first choice, and for that, we really feel so proud of you. But guess what? You're just at the beginning of your journey. You have to set your mark. You have to set your goals. And you have to work hard to achieve those goals. Because if you fail to meet your expectation of yourself, you are going to be vulnerable to the will of others. So you end up having to do jobs that you might not necessarily want to do. And bosses who really should not be bossing you around will be speaking down to you and telling you what to do. Because when you fail to meet your own expectation, you have to literally take what people give you, and you become vulnerable to the will of others. So I encourage you, you have an excellent foundation. built on the sacrifice of your parents and the hard work of your teachers. Set your goals and work hard to attain your goals so you will not become vulnerable to the will of others. Ladies and gentlemen, there are lots of things to be said. I won't bore you any longer this evening. I just want to let you know how proud I am of this noble institution and that we do have plans for you, for the entire ULC, to prosper you and not to harm you. I thank you.
I don't know if just go. Permission to leave. All right, so I'm not sure if you know, but because I'm so proud of this gentleman, I'm going to make it known, right? And so this gentleman that just left my lectern and just placed my microphone down is very dear to me. This gentleman is he's not only the chairman of the board of ULC, but he is also my uncle. And so, because he's my uncle, I kind of curry favor, I'm going to want a bigger applause for him. I like it. One thing with ULC people and them learn fast. Them learn fast, right? And just to pull from what Dr. Francis said earlier, and I'm speaking specifically now to our graduates and parents and guardians of our graduates, right? And each time I sit and I come back to the lectern and the microphone, I'm going to have Sunday school, right? Because remember in the introduction, she said that teaching is a hidden passion that I discovered. And so I love to teach and I love to talk, right? And so I'm going to teach a little bit. Good? And so Dr. Francis said that when you fail to meet your own expectations, you become vulnerable to the will of others. Graduates, I want to tell you a little story that I want you to take seriously. A few years ago, I was asked to present to some kindergarten students as a part of a big brother, big sister program at their school. So I was asked to go and speak to them on the importance of having a dream or a vision for yourself. And I thought to myself, how is it that I'm going to get across this message to kindergarten students? And I went there and I kind of just played with my environment a little bit. And I decided on a strategy. And so instead of using the big word vision, I decided to use the word dream. And I asked them, I said, do you have dreams? Do you dream at nights? And they say, yes, Auntie, I dream. And sometimes I get so scared, I run to mommy and daddy's room and I want to stay with them because the dream was so scary. And I said, all right, they're catching on. I said, do you have a dream for yourself? Is there anybody that you would like to be like? What is it that you want to become when you get older? I got responses like, Auntie, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a nurse. I want to be a princess. I want to be Nicki Minaj. And let me tell you something. I'm not going to look at a kindergarten student and tell them they can't be a princess, because Megan never knew that she was going to be a princess, right? And so I'm not going to kill anybody's dream. But what it taught me was that as young as they were, they had a dream and a vision for their lives, right? And I remember also that at about after 10 p.m. one night, I was going through my WhatsApp status, and I saw one of the little girls that was also a part of the program. And I said to the person, the person happened to be her mother. I said, I didn't know that this is your daughter. I'm so impressed by her. And I explained the function that I was at and how bright she was. And she sent me a voice note after 10 p.m., half asleep. And she said, Auntie, I remember the dream. Half asleep at 10 p.m., but she remembered that I asked her to have a dream for herself. And so, graduates, I'm going to ask you, as young as you are, to have a vision, a mission, and a dream for yourselves, right? And if that dream is not scary when you think about it, if it doesn't frighten you, if it doesn't give you goose pimples, then that dream is not big enough. And parents, I'm going to turn to you. Your dream for yourself is not necessarily your dream for your child. Because you see, some of us as parents, we want to live vicariously through our children. And so we never turn a doctor and we pick the half it on doctor. And we never turn a lawyer and we pick the half it on lawyer. And we forget in all of this that they have a dream for themselves. Right? And so I'm going to ask you, don't turn your dream into their dream, but nourish their dreams. Good? ULC fam? ULC fam? All right, I'm going to ask, is Gabrielle Francis and Jessica Movery Jones ready with their item? No.
Jah created the heaven and the earth, then created man of his own likeness and image. gave unto man wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
Jah is my help and my strength, so whom shall I fear? He's a shield upon my right and my left hand, so whom shall I be afraid? Jah is my king, Jah is my light and my salvation, so whom shall I fear? He's my guide throughout this creation, so whom shall I be afraid? Jah is my king, Jah is my guide in my resting and my rising, so whom shall I fear? He's my guide when I step out and forwarding, so whom shall I be afraid? Jah is my king, Jah is my guide when the Philistines come down upon me, so whom shall I fear? He's my guide when my enemies come to devour, so whom shall I be afraid? Jah is my king, Jah is my guide from the pestilence of darkness, so whom shall I fear? He's my guide from the vampire of hell, so whom shall I be afraid? Jah is my king, Jah is my king, Jah is my health and my strength, so whom shall I fear? He's a shield upon my right and my left hand, so whom shall I be afraid? Jah is my king,
Thank you. Keep the applause going. Keep the applause going. And I'm going to call back our acting principal. Oh, no, listen, Mr. Keep the applause going. And welcome Miss Andrea Levy.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Madam Chairperson, Ms. Kadian Harty, guest speaker, Ms. Kayla Rankin, Chairman of the School Board, Dr. Linton Francis, other members of the school board, PTA President, Mrs. Hillam, other members of the PTA, invited guests, teachers, parents, boys and girls, graduates, good afternoon. A wise man once said, and I quote, "Life never stands still. It is always a continuous journey. So it is wise to look back time and time again to see from where you come in order to be conscious of where you're at." End of quote. Today, Sunday, July the 9th, 2023, is the day that you grade 6 students are going to graduate. Of course, we all know that. But do you graduates really understand what it means? The official definition of graduation is to complete a class or course of study. That is the whole definition. Not very impressive, is it? Am I right? To me, graduation means more than that. It means a journey. It means changing. It means moving on. School has a large impact in that, but a lot of it is just us as people. Today, the ceremony might seem like it is all happening so fast, or it might seem like it's never going to end. But all your lives, you'll remember it, and that's what really counts. I imagine that you're excited at graduating, a little scared of going to high school, sad about saying goodbye to friends and teachers, and excited about the summer. But let me tell you, tomorrow will be the beginning of one of the most wonderful, memorable, exciting part of your lives. Graduates, at this moment, you're successful. To continue to be successful, you must be an extraordinary person. Average or mediocre won't cut it. Otherwise, everybody would be successful. You must have personal standards which should not be compromised. Demand it from yourself and also from others around you. You have to go the extra mile. Extraordinary people never stop trying to do more. And guess what? It is never crowded along the extra mile. Always remember that the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra. When Colonel Arnold Sanders left home with his pressure cooker and his special recipe for cooking southern fried chicken, he received over 300 persons telling him no before he found someone who believed in his dream. Because he didn't like the word no over 300 times, there are now over 12,000 KFC restaurants in over 80 countries around the world. Now, graduates, be extraordinary. Now, let us look back, each and every one of us, to the beginning of this successful school year, 2022 to 2023. This year has proven to be a very successful one, once again for United Learning Center. we have celebrated the character, commitment, and achievements of our students in academia, the arts, sports, and in cultural endeavors. Our school year started on a high note in September 2022. Our new students adapted quickly to their new environment, thanks to the hardworking and dedicated teachers and support staff. We have many successes this school year, such as Heritage Festival, Christmas Concert, Jamaica Day, Cross Country, and Sports Day. Our grade 6 students was a grade 6 PEP results was a tremendous success. 22 grade 6 students sat the PEP exams in February, March, and April. They did a total of 7 exams. Today, I am proud to say that 21 out of the 22 students got the schools of their choices. This is 95%. Congrats and bravo to our teachers and hardworking teachers. St. Hilda's High, Westwood High, Marymount High, York Castle High, St. Mary's High, Ferncourt High, and Hampton High, here they come. Mr. Souths and Miss Levy's nagging, stressing, more nagging, tons of work, more work, shouts and more shouts really paid off. Our grade 3 students were successful in their diagnostic test taken at the end of May. Congrats and bravo to the teachers, to the teacher and students. Our grade 4 and 5 students sat their PEP exams in June. These results will be released at the end of October. We are very confident that our students will be successful. At this point, I invite all the teachers and staff of the United Learning Center to stand. Teachers and staff, you have worked hard. You have toiled. You have persevered. You have guided and nurtured the children of United Learning Center despite the odds. Today, we celebrate you. You are like Moses taking the children of Israel to the promised land. You are like General MacArthur in World War II that led the attack on Japan. Take a bow. Let us all give our teachers and staff a round of applause. In the era of the performing arts, our students competed in the JCDC music competitions and won a silver and bronze medal. This was achieved with only 6 weeks of rehearsals. Congratulations to the children of the music department and our hardworking and talented teacher, music teacher, Mr. Mark Brown. In the area of karate, ULC was very successful this year under the tutelage of Cheyenne Heather Campbell, who is now a 7-dan black belt. Kindly stand. In July 2022 and March 2023, United Learning Center attended the Taekwondo Federation tournament in Kingston and was successful, gaining several medals. Congrats to Cheyenne Heather and the students. In another 2 weeks, some of our students will be attending a tournament in Florida, USA. We wish them all the best. On the sporting arena, our students continue to give up their best. We had a very successful sports day, and many talents were extracted. We were not able to compete in the recently concluded Keller Williams football competition because we were unable to find enough boys between the ages of 10 to 12 years old who were willing to compete. Parents, I use this opportunity and to encourage you to allow your children to take part in extracurricular activities, be it football, track and field, karate, dancing, or music. These activities will make them more rounded individuals and in future can create career paths. During this academic year, Mrs. Walfall, grade 1 teacher, Mr. Horton, our physical education teacher, and Senorita Hines, our Spanish teacher, left us. We wish them all the best in their future endeavors. Stacia Torsha said, and I quote, "We worry a lot about what a child will become tomorrow, yet we forget that he or she is someone today." End of quote. Graduates, you are all incredibly special people today. Right now, as you sit here in front of us, you have worked hard, grade 6. You have played hard, grade 6. Well done, grade 6. Congratulations, grade 6. Miss Levy and Mr. South, grade 6, will always be nagging, grade 6. We will always be stressing, grade 6. And that is why today you're successful. Well done, and congratulations to each and every one of you. I thank you.
Another round of applause for Miss Levy. And for Miss Levy's and Mr. South's grade 6. Nagging and stressing, grade 6. But you know, I tell you something. The nagging and stressing is not only with the grade 6 students, you know. It's right across the board. And it has just been confirmed to me. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to prove it to you. The other day, my son was doing his end of year examination. And his teacher called me and she said, "Mommy, Joshua does not want to do his exam." And I said, "What do you mean Joshua don't want to do his exam?" She said, he just sits there and he's not writing, he's not doing anything. And no matter what I ask him, I said, "Put him on the phone." I said, "Joshua." Phone is blank. I said, "Joshua." "Yes." "Weren't you doing your exam?" "Nothing." I said, "Miss Harrison, I'm coming." And I drove out to the parish council's parking lot, and I couldn't reach ULC quicker if I had a police escort. Because I swear something wrong with my son. And when I drove into the parking lot, and I locked the door and I racing towards his class, Joshua and 4 of his friends met me playing in the schoolyard. I said, "Josh, you finish your test?" "No, Mommy." I said, "Come here, let's have a talk." And I sit down with him under the tree. And I started to try to be understanding. I said, "What is the problem, Papa?" Him said, "Teacher just a pressure me." I said, "Boy, Me drive from St. Anne's Bay, left my purse and everything come up and you know no pressure yet. But I tell you something, it has been confirmed. So kindergarten is not here today, but I'm gonna say K3 stressing, K3 nagging. I tell you, it's a culture of ULC teachers and principals. They want to bring out the best in our children, right? Another round of applause for ULC staff. This lovely young lady that I'm going to call to take over the realms of the microphone was actually the guest speaker at the K3 graduation recently. And I want to commend ULC for choosing students that other students can identify with. That is so important. You see these students, they were among your ULC family, and to see them doing well and coming back to address other students is absolutely amazing. And to introduce our guest speaker this afternoon, I'm going to ask you to welcome Miss Gabrielle Henry.
Madam Chairman, Ms. Kadian Harty, Chairman of the School Board, Dr. Linton Francis, other members of the school board, invited guests, Acting Principal, Ms. Andrea Levy, teachers, parents, guardians, good afternoon. Our 19-year-old guest speaker was the head girl of the graduating class of 2015. She spent 8 years at this noble institution, United Learning Center, from 2007 to 2015. She excelled in academics and extracurricular activities and was a well-rounded student who represented her house, Roden, and the school. This young lady was the first and only student of the United Learning Center to achieve 100% mastery in all 5 subject areas in GSAT. This achievement afforded her a government scholarship for 5 years at her first choice, the Immaculate Conception High School for Girls in Kingston. She believes on giving back and has been volunteering with various organizations over the years, up to her departure for university in 2022. She loves to dance and is still dancing her way through university. She is currently enrolled in the math program at the University of Waterloo in Ontario, Canada. She is considering pursuing a career in actuarial science. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let us welcome our guest speaker for this afternoon's graduation, Ms. Kayla Rankin.
Thank you, Gabriel, for the introduction. Master of Ceremonies, Ms. Kadian Harty, Dr. Linton Francis, other members of the school board, Acting Principal, Ms. Andrea Levy, PTA President, Ms. Aretha Hillam, parents, members of staff, students, invited guests, good afternoon. Thank you for having me, and it's a pleasure to be here. I can imagine the last couple of weeks, maybe even months, have been stressful for every parent, student, teacher, and maybe the entire family. Happy that we're here to celebrate all that hard work, right? Congratulations, everyone. Some sitting here may be very happy because they got what they desired. Others, on the other hand, may be disappointed because they didn't get what they desired and may even think that they have failed or they were unsuccessful. Getting to where you want to be, which we equate with success, includes obstacles. Overcoming these obstacles is success. Improving and moving forward is success. When we continue to strive towards success, we make progress towards our goals. We all wish the road to success was a straight line. I know I do. You know, we start at the bottom and we think we will automatically move upwards to the point we plan or expect. We visualize our future. We set goals, we work hard, then we hit a bump. I now realize that some of these bumps may be disguised as family and friends. When we hit that bump, we're not allowed to stop or give up. We pick ourselves up and move on. We work harder to get there. We can and will bloom wherever we're planted. Warren Buffett revealed that time, discipline, and patience are the 3 rules for success. Time being the measurable period during which an action, process, or condition exists or continues. Discipline is being honest, hardworking, motivated, and encouraged while doing any task. And patience is the ability to accept or tolerate delay without becoming annoyed or anxious. I have a lot to learn. After all, I'm only 19 years old. I don't know what's going to happen next in my life. If I knew what was going to happen, then maybe I'm looking at someone else's life experiences, and I'm judging my life based on theirs. But that's not my life. We have no choice but to follow the path that God has set out for us. I firmly believe this. Each person attains success at different times. You should be happy for those who achieve theirs, even if it's before yours. We're bombarded with influencers or content creators on social media every day. I want you guys to remember, don't believe everything that you see or hear. Many of them are great, very great pretenders. There's no fixed time or age to accomplish goals. Meaning, if my friend accomplished something by a certain age, this doesn't mean that I must do the same. No one is like you. Not your sibling, not your friend. You are you. You will accomplish what you work towards when it's your time. Pray, be kind, respect your parents, or everyone for that matter. Respect authority, be kind, be patient, work hard, be kind. Heard how many times I mentioned being kind? It doesn't cost anything, and it goes a long way. Whenever you feel frustrated or overwhelmed, find someone you trust and talk to them. Or if you don't feel comfortable talking to anybody, journal. As far as choosing a profession is concerned, you guys may change your profession multiple times. I remember when I was at ULC, I changed it quite a lot of times. I remember being a teacher at one point because of teachers like Miss Levy and Miss Authors. I wanted to do what they did for me. At one point I was a chef because I wanted to be like my mom or my brother or my grandmother. And then I remember my last year I was a dancer, and that's when I actually figured that I wanted to continue with dancing professionally. And then when I got to high school, I still wanted to be a dancer, but people kept telling me, oh, there's no money in dancing. And with how life is, I understand that. But you want to do stuff that you love. So I ended up wanting to go into marine biology, but then somebody else told me, oh, there's no money in that either. So I realized in about grade 11 or grade 12 that I had a love for math, and I sat both units of pure math in the same year, and I got a grade 1 in both of them, placed in the island, came 10th in one, came 68th in the other. And then that's when I figured that, yes, I'm going to pursue a career in math. I don't know where exactly in math yet. I know I like actuarial science, but I really don't know yet. So all of this is to say that you guys are going to change it multiple times, and that's totally fine. Don't let anybody pressure you to think you need to choose your career right now. There is time. You guys always have time. When in doubt, leave it out. Want me to read that for you guys again? When in doubt, leave it out. if you have to hide it from your parents or others, you already know it's wrong, right? Be deliberate about striving for success, whatever that means to you, not what society dictates. It could be doing well academically, could be excelling at sports or a trade, could be making millions before or by the time you reach a certain age. Whatever success means to you, go for it. Only you can stop or hinder you. Do everything to the best of your ability. John Wooden, famous collegiate basketball coach, stated, "Success is peace of mind, which is a direct result of self-satisfaction in knowing you made the effort to become the best of which you are capable." Parents, this one is for you. Please, please, please listen to your children. Be there for them when they want to talk or just be in your company. We crave your support more than anything. Take the time off of work. Say what you mean and mean what you say. And last but by no means least, buying me all you think I need will never ever replace your time, effort, and patience. I am blessed to have a family that supports me fully in every way, shape, and form, and I'm truly grateful. Graduates, this is the beginning of your journey in preparation for adulthood. Remain focused, work hard, and remain genuine, be kind, and always remember to do the right thing when no one is watching. All the best. Thank you.
That's a ULC graduate. So we're gonna try this the ULC way. We're gonna stand. No, nobody no wants to stand up. So let's try it. Okay. We're gonna stand. And we're gonna say, and right after that, we're gonna applaud again. ULC fam? ULC fam? Let me hear it again for ULC graduate Kayla Rankin. You may be seated. And now, I'm going to welcome the lovely ladies of the Pianica group, Alicia, Kaylin, and Jessica. And the room is silent. The room is silent. There you go. There you go. And I hope we have been training others because, as you can see, Alicia and Kaylin will be leaving us today. But I'm sure Mr. Brown has succession planning in place. Right, Mr. Brown? Indeed. And it's over to the Pianica group. Gabriel Francis. Okay. the ULC Pianica group, Jessica, Alicia, Kaylin, and remind me of the young pianist, Gabriel. I had a senior moment a while ago. When you get to my age, you will understand. Okay. And I think I remember Miss Levy reporting that most students would have gotten the school of their choice, right? Good. Is anybody heading to Westwood or Iona? Westwood, wonderful. We have a Westwood girl. Oh, wow, we have more Westwood girls. I'll give a little story about Westwood. I was in the Ahuselaji. I was in the last batch of students to sit common entrance. Last batch. And whether fortunately or unfortunately, I passed common entrance at the age of 10. And I passed for Westwood. And, you know, over the summer holidays, I was told to practice to eat with my knife and fork. Because, you know, you're at home and you're a 10-year-old and you really not use knife and fork at home, right? So I was told to practice to eat with my knife and fork because at Westwood, lunch, breakfast, dinner, supper, everything you have to use your knife and fork, right? And so I did. And by the time September rolled around, I think I was a pro in using my knife and fork. And so one day I was at lunch, and at that time the teachers, the senior teachers, and sometimes the vice principal and principal would join us for lunch. And I was at lunch and I sat around the table and Mrs. Pigot, God rest her soul, she was principal for a little bit, but she was vice principal when I was there. So Miss Pigot walked past my table and I could feel when she stopped over me. And she stared at me using my knife and fork, and she stared to the point where I started trembling. And she went to the table on the platform where the teachers would sit and where the principal would sit. And she used a fork and she knocked one of the glasses to get our attention. And everybody turned around. And Mrs. Pigot said in her British accent, I noticed that you all are eating with your knives and forks incorrectly. And everybody was like, and she turned the back of the fork and she said, this is the correct way to put the rice on the fork. Listen to me now. For a whole week, I don't eat no lunch, you know. Because all me try to get the rice on the back of the fork, lunchtime up before it could have worked. And so I'm telling my Westwood girls, learn to use the knives and forks correctly. Parents, see to it that they know how to use their knives and forks correctly. How many of you knew that? See, it's Sunday and we're being honest. I like that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to ask you to give me a healthy applause and welcome our valedictorians, Sarah Mackenzie, who is also our head girl, and Jadai Palmer, our head boy. Big round of applause. Healthy round of applause for our 2023 valedictorians.
Leo Busca. Leo Buscaglia once said, change is the result of all true learning. This quote exemplifies and describes my experience here at the United Learning Center. Madam Principal, sponsors, chairman,
Master of Ceremony, guest speaker, teachers, parents, guardians, well-wishers, and fellow graduates. A pleasant day to you all. Today, I crave your indulgence as I invite you to sit, relax, and listen to the beautiful story that encapsulates my experience here at the United Learning Center. It was September of 2017 that I started attending ULC. As a 6-year-old first grader, it felt odd considering that I had to adjust to a new school in a new environment. But it wasn't long before I adjusted and got comfortable in my new school. For as long as I can remember, I've always been a stickler for high achievement, and coming here definitely did not change that. But what changed was my outlook on life. I became a better version of myself. This is the story that I want to share with you today. In just a few short months, grade 1 had ended, and I had already made the honor roll and earned a monitor's badge. I was off to a good start, for I was displaying excellent leadership qualities and getting good grades. These I accomplished with the help of my dedicated teacher. In addition, I also began extracurricular classes in dancing, which I continued to do in grade 2. With a higher level comes harder work and greater responsibilities. So, in grade 2, I began to work harder at my schoolwork and take on responsibilities in the classroom so that I would retain my honor roll and monitor's badge. And thankfully, my efforts were not in vain as I received both of them later that year. By this time, I was now a member of the Arts and Crafts Club. In grade 3, I made the honor roll once again, but did not get the monitor's badge. But instead, this time, I was offered a prefect badge. Yes, your girl was now a prefect, and that meant more responsibilities. And in addition to added responsibilities, I had balanced that along with my studies, dance classes, and arts and craft club. You would have thought I would just be settled with that, right? No way. I joined gymnastics. But unfortunately, that experience was short-lived due to the COVID-19 virus, which forced us to switch from online face-to-face learning to online modality of learning. Although the teaching and learning experience was not the same as face-to-face, and the challenges were overwhelmingly great, with the continuous support of my teachers and parents, I managed to excel and achieve excellence in my schoolwork. It is now 2020, and grade 3 is now behind me, and it was time to focus on a new academic year, grade 4. We all waited with bated breath to hear if we would resume face-to-face learning, but no such luck. We were back behind the screens of our various devices as school resumes online. Grade 4 went by like a blur, the memories of which are sparse. Unlike grade 3, where half the school year was face-to-face, grade 4 year was spent entirely online. I wasn't able to see my teachers or line with my classmates and friends. Even worse, the grade 4 primary exit profile exam, PEP, was cancelled for that year. COVID-19 did wreak havoc on the education system. Nevertheless, all was not lost because grade 5 would only see us spending the first 4 months online and we were back in the classroom again. Face-to-face learning, yeah. Despite the reluctance of some parents, educators, and students, like myself, to return to the classroom, it still happened. Regrettably, I did not resume my dance or gymnastic classes. I began focusing more on my academics, which paid off. I received a second-class honor roll in grade 5 and was highly proficient in all 4 subjects in the grade 5 PEP exams and was still given the opportunity of being a prefect. The year 2022, grade 6, final lap. I am now a senior. This means I have to lead the way for the exam for my juniors to follow. I was still a prefect, and according to my teachers, I displayed great leadership qualities. In addition to this, I received a first-class honor roll badge for my outstanding performance in my academic studies. A few months later, I had the privilege to campaign for the post of head girl and was elected for the position. March 14th, 2023 will forever be etched in my memory as I watch my prefect badge being replaced for my head girl badge. By the way, I also started participating in the culinary club. What was my tenure as head girl, you may ask? Well, let me inform you. As head girl of the institution, I was expected to lead by example. I helped to motivate the students while assisting them with their classwork. And the prefect body and I successfully carried out a bake sale for the school. Talk about leading by example. I completed my grade 6 PEP exams and obtained highly proficient in all 4 subjects. And 97% in the mental ability test. Of course, I couldn't have done this without the guiding principles of our principal and teachers here at ULC. They have gone above and beyond to ensure that we are adequately prepared for the exams at each level. So, I know I speak for all of us when I say, job well done. We are eternally grateful. A new chapter of our lives is about to begin. It is called high school. And as C. Joy Bell said, ends are not bad things. They just mean that something else is about to begin. Thus, even though I am ending my chapter here at ULC, I assure you that the preparations that I have had here have equipped me for the new chapter at high school. Leaving ULC is bittersweet, as I will miss my teachers, especially those who have helped me to make my journey here special, especially those who taught me from grade 1 to present. Miss Green, Miss Peck, Miss Durant, Mrs. Seaton, Mrs. Edwards, and last but not least, Mr. South. My most heartfelt gratitude to you and to everyone else that helped me along the way, especially my parents and family, a resounding thanks to you. And in closing, I want to leave this with my fellow graduates. How blessed we are to have something that's saying goodbye so hard. So, I know we will all miss the time we spent together here at ULC. So remember, dream big, work hard, stay focused, and surround yourselves with good company. Never let the challenges of life deter you from achieving your goal. So, see you later, alligators.
Good day, our esteemed parents, principal, teachers, well-wishers, students, members of the board, PTA president, administrative staff, auxiliary staff, security team, visitors. It is a great honor to stand here today as the head boy of grade 6 academic year 2022 to 2023. I would like to thank our principal, teachers, parents, and fellow students for making this day possible. The opportunities I have been given at ULC have been absolutely phenomenal. Reflecting back on this 9 years journey from Kinder 1 to grade 6 that has just been concluded has been both challenging as well as rewarding.
But one thing cannot be overemphasized. A solid foundation has been laid. Edu- Education, work, and diligence are the main foundation of our national existence. Education is the basis for the greatness, the power, the pride, and prosperity of a nation. Education of the youth is the surest guarantee for a better life. To conclude, my ULC journey as head boy has been a dream come true. We have come to learn as pupils of this great institution of learning that success is inevitable. Without the support of our loving parents, dedication of the loving teachers, and of course, the determination of the pupils themselves, this could not be possible. But we should also remember that graduation is not the end of our journey, but the beginning of a new one. We still have much to learn, much to explore, much to contribute. We still have dreams to pursue, goals to accomplish, challenges to face. We still have opportunities to seize, responsibilities to fulfill, roles to play. So let us not be afraid of the future, but embrace it with courage and enthusiasm. Let us not be complacent with the present, but strive for excellence and improvement. Let us not be selfish with our gifts, but share them with others and make a positive difference in the world. As we prepare to leave this institution and enter a new phase of our lives, we should be proud of what we have achieved and grateful for what we have received. We should also be confident and optimistic about what lies ahead. We have been equipped with the skills and values that will help us to be successful in whatever we choose to do. We have been inspired by the examples of our teachers and role models who have shown us the way. We have come a long way since we first stepped into this school 9 years ago. We have learned so much, not only from our books, but also from our experiences, our friends, and our mentors. We have faced challenges and overcome obstacles. We have grown as individuals and as a team. We have made memories that will last a lifetime. As we say goodbye to the school and each other, let us also say thank you. Thank you to our principal for leading us with vision and wisdom. Thank you to our teachers for educating us with passion and patience. Thank you to our parents for supporting us with love and care. Thank you to our friends for being there for us with loyalty and kindness. And thank you all for listening to me today. It has been an honor and a privilege to serve as your head boy. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Congratulations, class of 2023. We did it. Jah Rastafari.
Jah Rastafari. Yes, I. Our head girl and our head boy, ULC class of 2023, bundle of potential. Another round of applause. And we're going to be entertained by Marshani and Gabriel with the playing of the steel pan. Please make them welcome. Now we are going to the section that we are all excited about. I hear Gabrielle Henry say yes. And so I'm going to leave the lectern a little bit, and I'm going to call on the stressing and the nagging teachers of grade 6, Miss Andrea Levy and Mr. South, to lead us in the presentation of certificates and awards. Please make them welcome.
Good afternoon again, everyone. At this point in the program, I want to say thank you to our sponsors who have sponsored our trophies. So when I call you, I'm going to ask you to come forward and be recognized. I want you to stand out here. Dr. Linton Francis, our board chairman, he has sponsored the top PEP student trophy. Mrs. Aretha Hillam, PTA president, she has sponsored the top PEP boy trophy. Mrs. Laban, board secretary, who has sponsored the top PEP girl trophy. Island Dog Water Sports, they are former parents. They have sponsored one of the top PEP 5 trophies. Keep the applause going. Keep the applause going. Big Ben Meats, who is a former PTA member. They have sponsored one of the top PEP 5 trophies. TJ's Barber and Sport, right? Shavin Jackson Sr., he has sponsored one of the top PEP 5 trophies. He's also a parent. Paige and Kaylee Query, past students, they have sponsored one of the top 5 trophies. Kimon Authors, grade 3 teacher, has sponsored one of the top PEP 5 trophies. Von Deeks Enterprise Limited, who is operated by Mrs. Grant, a former grade 5 teacher at ULC. She has sponsored the Outstanding Boy and Girl Trophies for grade 6S. Kayla Rankin, our own guest speaker and past student. Mr. and Mrs. Hamilton, operators of the On the Run Catering or canteen at school. Mr. and Mrs. Hamilton. Mr. Clean Laundromat, a former parent. Cruz Kane, a former parent, a former student. He has sponsored one of the mental ability trophies. Marika and Marisia Bembridge, past students. And Victoria Chang Su, a grade 4 student. Can we clap all of our sponsors? And we want to thank you, and we hope you continue to support ULC. Thank you. At this moment, we are going to give out the trophies, the prize giving section of the graduation for the grade 6 students. So, we're going to give out like the most helpful, most disciplined for each class. So I'm going to start with grade 6S. right, in order. So I'm going to call and you give out. I call and you give out. Then you call mine and I give out. All right? Hmm? Hmm? What do you give out? Everything is in order. All of these are pictures of right back. It's not ready. No, that's about from out. Right. Sorry about that. All right. Grade 6S, most helpful, Liania Henry. Most disciplined, grade 6S, Shamarvia Tennant. Hold on. Most organized, Kendra Thompson. Most improved, Deborah Lamy. Consistently hardworking student, Nubia Wilkes. Another consistently hard worker, Marley Johnson. Is Paige and Kaylee Query here? Miss Sims, would you like to? All right. Most outstanding, grade 6S, boy, most outstanding boy, Malik Irons. Most outstanding girl, Sarah McKenzie.
And now it's time for the grade 6L students. We have the most helpful, Trizani Williams. Most disciplined, Leah Blackwell. Most organized, Kiana Green. And for most improved, Aisha Bija Brown. Consistently hard worker, Kaylin Russell. And the second, consistently hard worker, Alicia Titus. And for most outstanding boy, Jadai Palmer. And for most outstanding girl, that's Gabrielle Henry.
No, we will all the sponsors, if they are here, them give it up here.
Yes. All right, now we have some trophies for mental ability, and that will be given out, and that's for people who have scored 90 and above for the PEP examination, and those people will be awarded. But we want to know if the sponsors are here. Is Mr. and Mrs. Hamilton, are they here? And Mr. Clean. Mr. Cruz Kane. Or Water Hub, any representative from Water Hub? Or do we have any representative here? Okay. And do we have any representative from Sports Barbershop? All right. And Kayla Rankin is here. All right. So Gabrielle Henry, she will be here now. We give an award by the Hamilton, Mr. and Mrs. Hamilton. Mr. and Mrs. Hamilton, are they here? Gabrielle Henry, and she has scored 93% in the mental ability. And next, I'll call on Kaylin Russell. That's the next recipient. And she has also scored 93%. Mr. Clean, representing from Mr. Clean. And then we have Alicia Titus, who have scored 94 on the mental ability. Now we call on Marley Johnson. She has scored 97. Next we have Sarah Mackenzie, 97. Sports Barbershop. And Jadai Palmer, 97. And Miss Kayla Rankin. And while they're coming, I just want to let you know that based on what I have found out for the mental ability exam this year, I think 97 is the highest mark throughout the island. I've not heard anybody getting more than that.
Thank you, Mr. South. Now we are given plaques, trophies for students who have scored the highest in the subject areas. Subject areas, language arts, science, social studies, and mathematics. All right, let's go. For mathematics, we had a tie. Gabriel Henry and Sarah. Gabriel Henry. We're going to ask Kayla Rankin to come forward. Sarah will be standing here for a little while. Don't move, Sarah, don't move. She has also scored the highest in language arts and social studies. Clapper. Sarah, it's the same plaque, it's on the plaque. So language arts, mathematics, and social studies. Highest score. You may go, Sarah. You may go, Sarah. It's funny. Now, for the highest score in science, we have Jadai Palmer. Thank you, Ms. Rankin. Now we move on to the top 5. These students were the top 5. They got the top 5 highest scores. And I'm going to start with the number 5 position. This trophy is sponsored by Big Ben Supermarket. The 5th position, 5th highest score, goes to Marley Johnson. We have the PTA president, Mrs. Hillam, deputizing for Mr. Leon, owner of Big Ben Supermarket. Now the student with the 4th highest score goes to Kaylin Russell. This trophy is sponsored by Paige and Kaylee Query, former students of ULC. Now the student with the 3rd highest score goes to Gabriel Henry. This trophy is sponsored by Island Dog. So we're going to ask Mrs. Hillam, PTA President, to deputize. The student with the 2nd highest score in PEP 2023 goes to the king among the queens, Jadai Palmer. This trophy is sponsored by Kimon Authors. We're going to ask our nephew, Kevon, a former ULC parent, to do the presentation. Now, the student for this year 2023 with the highest scoring PEP goes to none other than Sarah Mackenzie, our head girl. This trophy was sponsored by Travin Jackson, TJ Barbershop, Sports Bar. Now we move on to the top pet girl. Don't go far, Sarah. Top pep girl, don't go far, Sarah, goes to none other than Sarah Mackenzie. Trophy sponsored by Water Hub. Well done. Now we go to the king among the queens, the top pet boy for this year, Jadai Palmer. This trophy is sponsored by the PTA president, Mrs. Hillam. Now we move on to the overall top PEP student, Miss Mackenzie, Sarah Mackenzie. This trophy is sponsored by our board chairman, Dr. Linton Francis. Now we move on to the Principal's Award. The Principal Award is an award that is given to the student who is well disciplined, obeys the school rules, has a high academic standard, has a good rapport with both students, parents, and the entire ULC family. This student should be able to put the image of ULC out in the public domain. They should be able to go places and represent ULC by competing and giving of their best. This afternoon, we have such a student in our midst. This student has been attending this noble institution for over 5 years. The student has a high academic standard, well disciplined, has a good rapport with all members of staff and the ULC family. This awardee can be seen supervising lower grades, especially in the mornings. Our awardee is a member of the prefect body and a member of the music department. The awardee also participated in inter-house spelling competitions. The awardee then moved on to represent United Learning Center in the Jamaica Teachers Association District Association spelling competition and came out in 3rd place. The awardee did very well in PEP exams and came out in the top 5 positions and will be moving on to the York Castle High School. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, our student for Principals Award for 2022-2023 at this graduation is none other than Kaylin Russell. Now we move on to the section where we hand out the graduation certificates and trophies. And I'm going to call upon our board chairman, Dr. Linton Francis, to assist us in giving out the certificates. They were. Okay. Leah Blackwell. Aisha Bija Brown. Sarah Mackenzie. Kimoya Mills. Nakia Pennant. Kaylin Russell. Shamarvia Tennant. Kennedy Summers. Kendra Thompson. Kiera Thompson. Alicia Titus. Nubia Wilkes. Now for the kings among the queens. Malik Irons. Next king among the queens, Jadai Palmer. Next king among the queens, Kemoy Winter. And last but not no by least, King, another king among the queens, Trizani Palmer. Thank you very much, Dr. Francis. We're now going to invite the PTA secretary, Mrs. Russell, to assist us.
Okay, now listen for your names. And Leania Henry. Followed by Annalise Hines. Oh, by the way, we should let you know that it's 8 subjects. Right, 8 subjects. Annalise Hines, 8 subjects. Malik Irons. That's 8. All right, somebody wants us to call to tell you what the subjects are. Mathematics, language arts, science, social studies, music, physical education, Spanish, and computer. All right, and that's Marley Johnson, 8 subjects. Deborah Leamy, 8 subjects. And just to also give you additional information, when we say 8 subjects, it means that these people have scored 85 and above in the subject areas. And that's Sarah Mackenzie, 8 subjects. And in the meantime, Shamarva can prepare to come. And Shamarvia, tenant, 8 subjects. Kennedy Thomas. Kennedy Thomas, 8 subjects. Kendra Thompson, 8 subjects. Kiara Thompson, 8 subjects. Nubia Wilkes, 8 subjects. And finally, Kemoy Winter, 8 subjects. And if I may just add before I take my leave, is that to really add my congratulations to the students this year. They have really worked hard, they have done well, and they have reaped the reward. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sell. Grade 6L, Certificate of Academic Excellence, Leah Blackwell. 7 subject areas. Bija Brown, 6 subject areas. Kiana Green, 8 subject areas. Gabrielle Henry, 8 subject areas. Kimoya Mills, 6 subject areas. Jadai Palmer, 8 subject areas. Nakea Pennant, 6 subject areas. Kaylin Russell, 8 subject areas. Alicia Titus, 8 subject areas. Trezani Palmer, I'm sorry. Trezani Williams, 5 subject areas. Now we come to the area of special awards. Remember we mentioned that our children did very well in the music department, in karate, in sports, in academics. Now we move on to the area of sports. We had sports day and we had cross country. Now we have the sportswoman of the year. This female, she gave her house, Wind House, 20 points, which is the maximum per cross country. She came first. She gave her house, Wind House, 40 points on sports day. So for this year, she gave Wind House 60 points. So the sportswoman of this year is no other than Nakea Pennant. Clap her, clap her. Now, our sportsman of the year. He gave his house, Road and House, 20 points on cross country day. He won the cross country. And then on sports day, he gave his house 56 points. So, at the end of the sporting era, he gave Road and House 76 points. So our sportsman of the year is no other than Kemoy Winter is in Road and House. Moving along, calling Miss Foreman to make a special award.
Good evening, everyone. So this is an award to Mrs. Hillam, our PTA president. Yes. So the Board of Governors and staff of United Learning Center express thanks to you for 25 years of dedicated hard work and support to ULC. We want to say we love you and we appreciate you. Thank you.
Calling Mrs. Hillam to the podium to make an award.
Good afternoon, everyone. Dr. Francis to the podium, or should I say to the front. Dr. Francis, there's a saying that says, If you know, you know. And because I know, as a member of the board, how committed and dedicated you are to the United Learning Center, it gives me great pleasure to present you with this token from the PTA executive team and the principal and staff of United Learning Center. Thank you so much for all that you're doing for us. Ms. Camille Russell.
The PTA, school administration, and the board would also like to recognize Ms. Loban for her years of contribution and support to the development of the United Learning Center. She is not with us today, but we would want to acknowledge her at this moment. I now hand you back over to our Madam Chairperson. Clap her.
And don't only clap me, clap all the awardees. Winning moments indeed. What a perfect moment to ask the DJ to give me just a little bit of Agent Saska song. Run it now, DJ. Give me something make we dance, you know. Nobody mess up with flow, DJ, man. Anytime now. Yeah.
Mad son. Hey, follow me now, where see ya now.
Stand up, stand up. They're playing music soon, you know.
See how upset.
Right, come on.
Score outside. On and on and on and on. I'm a winner. You know the time. I'm a winner. Hey, watch out now. I'm on the sun. Oh, we're winning right now, you win. Say we're winning right now. Then forget that trophy to what we're living right now. Cause I'm winning right now, yeah. And I'm chilling right now. Oh, we're winning right now. On Thanksgiving right now.
In some settings would have said pull it. And in other settings would say encore. But time is going. And what a perfect way to transition into the musical item from the graduates, If Caterpillars Can Fly. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a round of applause.
Can fly, so can I. Take time and sharpen your skills them. And your dreams no make no one kill them. Them soon see who wins them. And no matter how you try, the fact they can't deny. I know if caterpillars can fly, so can I. So can I, yeah. I know if caterpillars can fly, so can I. So can I, yeah. Yes, I know that I can fly. For I've learned the laws of life. I know that caterpillars can fly, so can I. So can I. I was born with everything I need to be me. Winter time, my mind to set me free. I know I got vision more than my eyes can see, and I know I rule my destiny. And no matter how you can never change my mind. I know if caterpillars can fly, so can I. So can I, yeah. I know if caterpillars can fly, so can I. So can I.
And if caterpillars can fly, so can I. Indeed. And very fitting. And these little caterpillars have beautifully transformed into butterflies. And they are flying high today. Please give them another round of applause. We are coming down, and we are almost at the end of our program. And I'm going to call on Liana Henry. Liania, thank you, Mommy. Liania Henry to do the presentation to our guest speaker. Please make her welcome.
On behalf of the United Learning Center family, I present to you this token to show our love and appreciation. On the
Ready?
On behalf of the ULC family, I would like to give you this token to show our appreciation.
Thank you so much. It's not easy coming up here at all. I want to hear another round of applause for Kennedy. And keep that applause going for Kaylin Russell, our deputy head girl who will be doing our vote of thanks.
Guest speaker, Ms. Kayla Rankin, Master of Ceremony, Ms. Kadian Harty, Chairman of the School Board, Dr. Linton Francis, other distinguished members of the board, specially invited guests, Acting Principal Ms. Levy, illustrious teachers, our caring and supportive parents and guardians, fellow graduates, a pleasant and exciting good afternoon to you all. It is my immense pleasure to offer the vote of thanks on behalf of the United Learning Center's graduating class of 2023. Wow, what an exciting and rewarding journey it has been. So many individuals who have impacted our lives in meaningful ways, who have contributed to us being here this afternoon to celebrate our academic achievements. We have so much to be grateful and thankful for. Special thanks to the principal, teachers, administrative, and auxiliary support of the United Learning Center, the best primary education institution in Jamaica. You have nurtured our minds and guided us to achieve success academically. Our time spent at ULC are treasured moments that will be remembered for years to come. I would like to give a special highlight and express gratitude to the grade 6 teachers, Ms. Levy and Mr. South, who have sacrificed much commitment and effort to take us through the rigorous and tedious preparations for PEP exams. Our considerate and supportive parents and guardians, who have ensured we were fully equipped to function successfully in our classes, and also to provide the emotional support and time during our recent preparation for the primary exit profile exams. We are extremely grateful for your efforts. The graduation committee that worked assiduously to prepare us for this momentous occasion. The tireless practices to get everything right. The frustrating and artistic nuisances of Mr. South just to ensure it is done to perfection. Sweat, tears, and pain. We have done it. Thank you. The guest speaker, Ms. Kayla Rankin, for an awesome and inspiring motivational speech that has charged us to choose our profession wisely and to not let others sway us from choosing other things. We are grateful for your contribution. The Master of Ceremony, Ms. Kadian Harty, for her exciting and engaging disposition, for skillfully taking us through an electrifying and fulfilling afternoon. We thank you. Special thanks and commendation to the committed and dexterous decoration team for their tireless efforts to transform this space into an absolutely gorgeous ambience for our comfort and pleasure. We extend huge thanks to the management and staff of the Holiday Haven Resort for the professional and hospitable service offered while hosting our graduation exercise. Finally, we would like to thank God for his manifold blessings that has guided us, protected us, and strengthened us. Without him, we would not be here today.
Ladies and gentlemen, the graduating class of 2023, after all the complaining, misery, tears, hard work, scolding, and most of all love, we have made it through the stressful year of grade 6, 2022 to 2023. Thank you all.
Our deputy head girl, members of the board and the PTA, principal and staff, parents, well-wishers and friends, graduates of the United Learning Center, it was my pleasure sharing in your special day. But now the end is near, and I face the final curtain. And it is with this excerpt from Frank Sinatra that I realize how hard it is to say goodbye. But I leave my graduates with one thought, and then we will move into the... Mr. DJ, do you have the national anthem? You could play it, or we have to sing it? You have it? He's checking. In the meantime, graduates, I want you to always remember you were born to excel, conditioned to achieve, and developed to succeed. But this can only be realized if you realize this. Mr. DJ, please stand for the playing of the national anthem. Allow the graduates to do their recessional march.
this morning I woke up and I looked in the mirror and every part of my body was in place. Many people died and never saw this day. So another day I live, I appreciate. Don't ever wanna act too high and mighty, cause tomorrow I can fall down on my face. So in everything, Lord, I give you praise, and that puts a smile on my face. Lord, I thank you for sunshine, thank you for rain, thank you for joy, thank you for pain. It's a beautiful day, beautiful day, it's a beautiful day. Don't pass it by, let us unite, that my life is it's a beautiful day, yeah, it's a beautiful day. So you know I walk through the valleys of the shadows of death. How I feel no evil won't be this way. When I see the clock ticking away and the things are not in place. Everything in life happens for a reason. Disappointment comes with a lesson. So we can get wiser, got to work harder. In the end, it will get better. Lord, I thank you for sunshine, thank you for rain, thank you for joy, thank you for pain. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day.